Well, it was a good day until heavyweight for us. It wasn't a great day, but it was a good day for us until heavyweight, and you know, we made a mental mistake on the edge of the mat and got pinned, and we knew going into the match that the guy was real athletic and probably wasn't going to be real effective at the end of the match, and we just made a huge mental mistake and actually thought we were off the mat and got pinned, and so you know, that's the last thing in my brain right now. So I can't say that I'm real happy about the way that went down. But overall, you know, and I mentioned it last week at our press conference, we've been going 5 weeks in a row, you know, multiple weigh-ins 5 weeks in a row, and so we kind of deemed this the grind, and so we've been grinding here, and we did a pretty good job. I think it's frustrating a little bit to me in that I just don't feel like we've all clicked yet. You know, I think this team's better, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that means that as we go, we're going to get a week off here, and then we you know, go to the national duels, and hopefully we go to Minneapolis in the national duels, and so maybe that's exactly what, you know, the kind of momentum we need. But I'm frustrated that I don't think we've hit our stride yet across the board. I still think there needs to be some separation at some weights if we want to reach our goals at the end of the year. So, you know, it's a little good and it's a little bad right now in my brain, and you know, you just don't want to go in there with doubt, and I still think in certain situations we're creating, we're giving hope, and there's places in wrestling where you don't ever want to give hope, and we've got to figure that out. So it's good that we get, you know, we're going to take a little time off now, take a couple days off, because we have been competing for 5 weekends in a row, like I said, with multiple weigh-ins. I think we've had 9 weigh-ins in 5 weeks, which is a lot. So these guys deserve a little bit of a break, but we've got to fix some things. So, you know, even though we're taking time off, I can't wait to get back and fix some things, because I think we made a lot of mental mistakes tonight. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Nick, can you just talk about big win over Leicester, second time you beat them this year? How do you've got a couple of top 10 wins this year. How do you use these in preparation for March?
Yeah, I mean, fortunately I was able to come out on top today and wrestling hard. I mean, I'm not pleased with the way I wrestled by any means, but just separation is my goal right now, and separating the gap between me and people ranked top 20 or top 10, whatever it is. But in my mind, it's all preparation for March, and no matter what happens during the season, it's all practice, and Coach Dresser says it to us day in and day out, and I firmly believe that whatever we do throughout the year is all training for March. And you know, it's good that I went out there and wrestled a tough opponent again, and that's the second time I wrestled him. I wrestled him at Midlands too, and the result wasn't what I had expected, but in the end, you just have to look back and move forward from it, and know that it's all preparation for March. So yeah, just getting tougher and working hard, and I know wrestling hard in matches like that pays off in the end of the year, and grinding like that is good for you. So.
Garnet, what about you know, getting down 5-0 in your match, having to come back, you got a tough win?
Yeah, well, first thing that went through my mind was, you know, here we go again. You know, unfortunately I've had to come back and you know, get some close victories like that this year. So that's something I have to continue to work on, continue to get better on. But my goal when I looked up at that score clock was just to not let the score bother me and to stay focused. I knew at the end of that first period I had just gotten that kid's best effort. You know, being ranked whatever I am now, I know guys are going to come at me hard, you know, but I just got to weather the storm, take their best effort, and then just keep chipping away. And so that's exactly what I did in this match. I was down 5-1, and my goal was just to keep chipping away at the score, and that's exactly what I did.
And what about your thoughts on being senior day and your last match here at Virginia Tech?
You know, that was great. You know, I thought we had a great crowd today. We got a lot of people out. This was kind of a special event. You know, I wish I could have, you know, had a little bit of a better match for my last match in Castle, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, a win is a win. But it was great seeing all the fans and all the alumni and our past All-Americans out there supporting us. I'm sure we'll all be back as alumni one day after our careers are all over. But senior day was awesome, just going through that whole process. It was really exciting. And, you know, I think today was really a home crowd advantage for us today. And I think that helped us in the end.
Coach, can you just talk about the 4 seniors and what they've meant to this program?
Well, those 4 guys are special. I mean, there's no question. Look at the amount of wins they had. I think John Jadon, my sports supervisor and athletic director here at Virginia Tech, so I think those guys won like 460 matches between the 4 guys. Plus, we had a guy named Cameron Hurd that wrestled for us last year between those 5 guys. And obviously, Jarrod, Pete, Jesse, those guys came in. Every time we talk, those names seem to all roll off your tongue together, those 3 guys. And then David Maroney coming back for a 6th year. I hate it for David that, he just had probably one of his worst performances at Castle right now. But in the big scheme of things, that match doesn't make that much difference. But these 4 guys have set a lot of records at Virginia Tech. If you look at the history books, amount of wins, amount of dual meet wins. I know they want to finish it off strong, but they got to be real proud of what they've done here.
Nick, can you just talk about, you guys got a little bit of a break now, and then you go into the final stretch. You got Campbell, then the duels, then you go into ACCs. But this team's goals has to be to win the first ACC title, since you haven't done that. You've done well in the dual meets, but just talk about what the goals are of this team here from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, we have high expectations for this team, especially I think more this year than ever, and pushing forward and kind of putting that behind us, that trimester of the season behind us, and going into the home stretch. That's all on our mind, And like I said before, March is the biggest time of the year for us, and we're looking obviously to place high at nationals. We know our team's capable of doing that and having multiple All-Americans, and that's a goal for all of us, I think, and competing in March and competing hard, and that's all we want to do is be ready to go in March and probably set some records that this team's never done, this school's never done. So.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.